right, we're back, recovered from chest day. First set on the chin-ups, felt really good. Did not get far enough with my chin, unfortunately, so a little disappointed there, but the 3 plates felt pretty good. Feels like, another couple weeks we'll be getting 2 or 3 maybe. So happy with that. We'll move on to some lighter stuff now. Time to check the body weight. I've had 4 meals today, like 3 3/4, something like that. So did what I could as far as food because it's still early in the day. Let's go. All right. I think that's a PR as of late. Yeah. Also, I had a banana immediately before lifting. I didn't have a ton of water, just a normal amount of water. So good to finally start to see we're potentially closing in on 210. I'm going to make that the goal. See if we can get 210 by the end of the week with no shoes. Not with shoes, obviously. All right, let me show you the workout plan. So we've got the squats there. Every day I'm doing a set. I almost fell into the trap of these back squats aren't feeling too great, but I think it's just been my stance. I've kind of been slowly inching my feet out every week, and it's just been tightening up the outside of the knees. So we're going back to the close stance, the quad dominant, and the knees are feeling really good. I almost fell into that trap, but since I've actually been hammering out like 5 to 6 sets of 20 to 30 bodyweight squats throughout the day just to keep the knees feeling good, and they feel super good right now. So yeah, that's why we're doing that. I might not do that on deadlift day though, because I don't want to toast things. So chin-ups first set, we're on to the 90, then the 70, 2 sets on the double dumbbell rows, 2 sets on the single arm pull downs, and then some curls. I'm definitely not changing my back program anytime soon because after I did that video of what my back looked like, I was so surprised. Honestly, I have not seen what my back looks like in over a year, and it's changed hugely with implementing back day twice per week and adding in these new movements and actually focusing on them instead of just doing, a couple sets of pull-ups and calling it a day. So yeah, I'm very happy with how my program's been progressing. 90 on the chin-ups. I was having a good conversation with somebody in the comments from, I think it was yesterday's video, and they were asking about what I do for work. And their guess was that I was a hairdresser because I have good energy for my workouts. Then I was thinking about it. I was like, I don't really know any hairdressers other than the one I go to. And they have to stand all day. I mean, that's pretty physical compared to, they have to stand all day and they have to be actively like talking to someone and engaging with somebody. But I don't know. I mean, I've known a lot of people that have lifted, and a lot of times the people that are physically active all day tend to have more energy for the lift just because they're active more, whereas the person who's just in the office, when they get to the gym, it can be a little more challenging to get fired up. I don't know. Everyone has a different opinion about it. Like, that's one of those things like genetics, like it matters, but it doesn't really matter for you. Like whatever your situation is, viewer, like just crush it. Just do what you can, Same with me. I mean, I honestly had never thought about that before until that person mentioned it. It was kind of an interesting point. I mean, like someone who's a professional and the only thing they do is, but even that doesn't make sense. I was going to say like, the Mr. Olympia, contestants and whatnot. But probably most of them still have full-time jobs doing something. I mean, Ronnie was a police officer. Like maybe he was only doing it part-time, but he was an accountant, then he was a police officer. Jay Cutler, I'm not too sure. Branch has some kind of job. I think he owned his own business. I'm sure he still does. But anyway, it's one of those things that's like different person to person, but it doesn't really matter because whatever you do, that's what you do, and just figure out a way to lift, figure out a way to get the energy. Like I always have energy for lifting because I love to work out, and I feel more relaxed after I work out. Like all right, good. We did something, solid, made some progress today with the workouts. So that's enough of that. That was a good conversation I had with that person though. And when they guessed that I was a hairdresser, I was like, that must mean my hair looks nice. That was my first thought. All right, enough talk. Ah. Whew. All right, a little rest. We'll get 70. That comment that person brought up, that's honestly never something I've thought about. Like, everyone has a different situation, and whatever it is, all you got to do is, you know, work with what you got. I mean, my energy for lifting when I was in college and working, there were 2 semesters where I had a full-time job at the same time, and I still just liked lifting, so I found a way to do it. Like, and that's not trying to toot my own horn. That's just saying, if you like doing something, you'll find a way to do it, you know, and you'll find a way to have energy to do it. So, motivational talk over. But to answer that person, I'm not a hairdresser. Although, it seems like it'd be a fun job. Meet a lot of people, you know. All right, a little rest. All right, I'll give it like 30 seconds, then I'll go for it, hopefully for 8. Another thing, I have a home gym, so obviously that makes it significantly easier for me to work out. But that all started at the beginning of the shutdowns, you know, in 2020 in this area. Like a week before, kind of hearing that things might close down, and so I went out and bought barbell, a bunch of weights, squat stands, because I was like, there is no shot that I'm not lifting for 3 months. And then when we moved to this house, didn't have a garage, so had to get, you know, a big shed set up basically. It's a priority, so I make it happen. You know, it's not like this shed just showed up, you know, and was free. Like, there had to be an investment to make this possible. So yes, it does make it easier for me, but it's because I want to work out. And I don't think, you know, with the little man, I'd want to be away, because the gym I used to go to was like 15, 20 minutes away. So for me to do a good workout, like, there'd be no chance of doing a workout every day. I would just be away for too long. So maybe I'd be doing 3 or 4 times a week, maybe, and that would still be more than 2 hours probably, you know, for me to do what I wanted to do there. With getting there, you know, it just takes longer. You know, you got to find equipment, you know, you got to find your setup, your squat rack might be taken, like, there's a lot of different things. You know, just point being, like, things you want to do, things you want to accomplish, you know, you'll make it happen if you really want to. And that's how this occurred. You know, I wanted to be able to work out often and still be close to my family. You know, home gym. Taking a long time to put all this equipment together. Like, it wasn't all on one day, and I just bought all of it. Like, it's been very slow, steadily accruing more and more stuff. You know, it takes a while. But anyway, yeah, let's get it. Like, it's definitely an advantage, but it's something that I, you know, planned and slowly worked towards over time. You know what I mean? It's not like it just happened by chance. I was like, oh, cool, now I have a home gym in the back. Like, it took a little while. So, short story long there. I think if you can do a home gym, you should go for it. It's awesome. Maybe you still go to the gym, you know, on some days and do other stuff, but it's nice having it close, you know, to where you're at. Plus, if you need food, you can just go in your house and get some food. All right, enough chitter chatter. Enough of tooting my own horn. Go me, right? Like, maybe we're getting a little too deep here, but people inevitably, like, they do what they want to do. What's the you know, and everybody's got the same 24 hours in the day. I mean, some people prioritize different things. Like, cool cars. I did have a couple cool cars at one point in time, but no more. Too much maintenance. You know, or maybe it's like going out on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, like whatever. You know, everyone's got various things in their life that they prioritize. If you're watching this channel, then more than likely you prioritize fitness in some way, which is awesome because it's good for you, physically and mentally, I think. I always, for myself personally at least. Yeah, I don't really know where I was going with that. I'll have to ponder that more. We'll get back to you on the double dumbbell rows. I think I was trending in the direction of saying something that might get people stirred up. But we won't go that direction. We'll rest. So full circle on that conversing I was doing before with myself, so far at least. I think, I don't know, like just don't limit yourself because you see someone else and you see like their situation and it appears that maybe it's like easier for them, you know, for whatever reason. I mean, there's so many different, you know, paths you go down. We'll just generalize, like there, you know, certain people it appears like it's easier for them to find time to work out or whatever. Like, you know, whatever. First of all, it doesn't matter. You've got your own situation, so just work on that. You know, do what you can, be the best you can and whatnot. But don't limit yourself and be like, well, I can't be as strong as that person because of their situation, you know, or genetics or whatever. Like all that's going to do is put up a brick wall somewhere at your, you know, in your mind. Like, oh, I can't get to that 500-pound deadlift because I don't have as much time as so-and-so who did it. Like absorb all the positive energy from, you know, people you watch online and whatnot, but then just, okay, I'm going to go out and crush it. Like that's why I think sometimes lifting on your own can be good, because when I'm here, like I'm not looking at what anyone else is doing. I'm not worried about, you know, my like changing my form slightly because I see someone else doing it somewhat differently or anything. Like I'm just doing slightly better than what I did last week. Like that's literally it. And that's the main basis of progression anyway. Whatever you did last week, try and get slightly better at it. Do that 52 times in a row, you'll be better, you know? So anyway, I feel like that's really important. What does Bugenhagen say? It's a mindset, you know? It really is the mindset. Like if you limit yourself by saying, you know, I can't do as well as so-and-so because of whatever, I mean, then yeah, you're definitely going to limit yourself. You can only hurt yourself by comparing and then, you know, thinking things like that. So this all came from the hairdresser comment, which I wasn't meant negatively at all. It just made me ponder, you know, what some people might potentially think sometimes when they see other people lifting or whatever, you know. Just keep the focus, you know, and do you and track. I got to get this set in because we're burning through the workout time quickly. This is all meant in a very positive way. So I really thank that person for commenting, you know, and just kind of encouraged me to think about all that. Like I said, that comment wasn't meant negatively by them at all. It was just asking like what I did for work, you know, and just, you know, made me think. So anyway, on to the rows here. Let's get 11 because we got a little more rest. Whew. There we go. As an experiment, if you're somebody that jumps around a lot with programming, pick a program that you like and stay with it. Assuming you don't, you know, get hurt or anything. Just stay with it for a long period of time. You know what I mean? Like my back program, back of biceps, has probably been the most consistent, I would say, out of all the different days. And that's why I think the lats and the traps and everything have grown so much, because I've just been hammering the chin-ups and the pull-ups and the rows and the pull-downs, and it's all basic stuff, but you know, I added in a couple things based on suggestions. Doing like Urban Journal gave me the, I think it was Urban Journal, the thumbless grip. It definitely was. Thanks, Brian. On the pull downs, you know, so I made some additions, but just don't get distracted. Keep the focus. All right, a little rest, and we'll get the set with the 85s. Whew. Good stuff. Let's go. That'll be an interesting experiment. Have a bunch of people train in commercial gym for 6 months, and then have a bunch of people train on their own, totally on their own, and see who gets stronger. I would put money on most of the people training on their own getting stronger. I mean, some people kind of need, and I totally get that, the gym environment, like for accountability, like there's gonna be other people there. I guess, I don't really know. I mean, I think that'll be interesting though, and see who gets stronger at the end of that. That's one of those things, depending on the person. It'd be impossible unless you had like twins or something. All right, let's get those pull downs in. The Zach Taylor shirt ended up, the color kind of washed out a little bit, so we might be okay there. Maybe we'll wear that on deadlift day. And the Bromley shirt, because my wife bought that for me for my birthday, and it started to like shred and fall apart. Just kind of disappointing from a barbell apparel shirt. I mean, you'd assume it'd be okay to lift with. Like nothing scraped against it or anything. It just shredded apart. And she emailed them and they said, oh, we'll send out a replacement. So super, super cool. I mean, just like no further questions, just, yep, we'll send out a new one. So very, very cool. Thank you, Barbell Apparel. I'm 100% sure that you do not watch this channel, but I just thought that was really cool because I like both of those creators, and I was going to be kind of disappointed to not be able to wear the Bromley one, you know. Oh, also, we got new lifting straps. That I need to break in, obviously. Huh. Did I put them on the wrong way? I think so. I was only 12. We got to get 13, not going backwards. Maybe I do need to break them in because I felt like that was all grip. Just not what I'm trying to do here. Trying to keep it all lats. Maybe I need to wrap it a couple more times or something. All right, that feels slightly more solid. little rest. Whew, those feel good. Back in the day when I was first starting out, and I think this is totally fine as a lifting method, but I supersetted a lot of stuff, and it's like multitasking. Some people claim they're good at it. I don't know about that. But like, can you really focus and study 100% effort if you're listening to music at the same time? Debatable, you know. With chest and back, you know, if you do a max out set on the bench for 10, you know, with 200 or whatever, and then you go try and do a max set on the pull-ups, like, you're definitely not gonna be able to do a max effort set. You're gonna be a little bit tired, you know. So that's a big change I made about a year ago, as I stopped doing chest and back and started doing back on its own day. And then I started doing back on its own day twice. And I think all that put together led to a lot of gains in the latissimus and the trapezius. All right, we'll give it a couple more seconds, then we'll go for 8. So definitely, I think that made a huge difference for me. But again, if I was a beginner and say, for whatever reason, I only want to do, you know, twice per week or 3 times per week, then that's going to be time effective because I'm going to be able to get in everything I need to. But I wouldn't think the gains would be the same as if you could do, you know, 5 or 6 days a week and have a dedicated full-on back and bicep day. You know what I mean? These take a little getting used to. Okay, so this, we're just going for 8. I've done a lot of talking in this video. Hey, if you made it this far in the video and you like the commentary stuff, let me know. Maybe once a week we'll do a, you know, a general discussion or like a Q&A once a week or something. I haven't done one of those. Actually, I've only done one of those once. That's repetitive. You know what I mean. Only done one Q&A. Maybe we should do another. Maybe not. All right. All right, that is it. Not doing the full-on back reveal today. Apologies. Maybe we'll do it every once in a while though, because that video did do pretty well. All right, that's it. As I lay dying, the cave we fear to enter. Sean, I don't know if you watch the YouTube or not, but great suggestion. So, workout complete, feeling good, excited already about log press tomorrow. Once you have worked out for long enough, it took me a while to figure this out, but most of the time, I mean, sometimes I do feel, like a lot of times I feel energized going into the workout, but I always feel the best at the end, you know, after I've hit a PR or pushed a new territory in something. So now that I've done that so many times, mentally I just know, like, it doesn't matter what the energy is at the beginning of the workout, like it's gonna be a good day, you know. So whatever you're keep going back to the same thing, but just keep the focus, you know. Don't worry, just put in the work, keep moving forward, and you know, you'll build. Every workout you complete successfully, you gain a little more confidence, you know. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna stop talking. Really appreciate the support. Made it this far in the video, drop a comment. Arnold Schwarzenegger's peak bicep size. So I know that somebody made it to the end of the video. If you did, you're awesome. Thank you.